Tomorrow on FS1, the Monster Energy Cup Series races at Pocono. Coverage begins 1:30 Eastern on FS1, or watch it live on Fox Sports Go. Kyle Busch will start from the pole. He's also fastest in this practice session. He's run 20 laps. Only one driver has run 15 or more laps, and that's Kevin Harvick. And what just happened to Kyle Busch in turn 3?
Bad loose out of 3 now, and they're about to hit the wall.
He didn't find a fox. It was more like a squirrel. What's this?
Hey, I think there's a lot of, man, ooh, that's close.
Just
that is close. And you see how that wall kind of protrudes out right there? That was a bad place to get loose.
Yeah, in turn 3, once you get back to the throttle, you get wide open, and you want to hold it wide open, and you are on the edge all the way off. So you're fully committed. If it steps out, you're pretty much going to be in the wall, or just brush it the way that Kyle did.
It's almost like a drift, isn't it? When you get back in the gas, the car just drifts right out to the edge of that wall. I mean, you just barely miss it.
And with this little spoiler, I got to believe that it's pretty easy to step over that edge.
Yep.
Brad Keselowski has the second fastest lap of this session.
Mike, you hear a little bit different. So you hear that was a 2-car, I think. How quickly he got into high gear. Now, we were practicing and qualifying yesterday. They'd run that thing halfway down this front straightaway in third gear, then hit high gear. So they're working on, that's a kind of a fuel-conserving mode that he's in.
Kyle Larson third fastest, Kevin Harvick fourth quick in this session. And the other driver in the Fast Five, Chase Elliott's in the garage. And sixth fastest is Kurt Busch.
Winner a year ago,
yep.
We heard him talk about restarts being so important. And of course they're important everywhere, but he really won this race a year ago on a restart. I think back to the 24 and 88, racing side by side for the win. And what does the 41 do? He gets a big run through 1 and 2. He sees them get side by side, takes them 3 wide, takes the lead, never looks back.
You can run what, 6, 7 cars wide on this straightaway for a little bit? It's that wide.
Think about Neil Bonnet every time somebody mentions him snaking down the front straightaway. He was like one of, I guess maybe he's the first one I ever saw on TV do it. He'd come off turn 3 and run all the way down to the inside wall, back out to the outside wall, back down by the inside wall before he got to the corner.
The draft team must have been unbelievable back then.
Oh, he was doing it to break the draft.
Yeah.
He was driving for the Wood Brothers, and the race was on ABC. And Jackie Stewart was saying, that's extremely dangerous. And the next time Neil Bonnet saw Jackie Stewart, he lit him up.
Neil was easy going, but he did not want to make you mad.
I'm pretty sure they didn't see anything in Formula 1 quite like Pocono.
Certainly not.
That would be considered blocking of some nature. Totally unnecessary.
Jimmy Johnson, Casey Kane, 8th and 9th on the speed chart.
Whatever speed they're lacking in qualifying, they seem to really find it when they go into the race runs. They take the tape off the grill. I don't know if there's a different spring, and obviously air pressures and things are different, but I mean, all of them, Elliott, Johnson, Kane, even Junior, they're all quite a bit better than what we saw in qualifying.
I think it's pace. I think sometimes, you're talk about speed in our car. Speed in our car means you're going to be fast, going to qualify. But I think that when that speed kind of balances out, equals out a little bit, and the guy that can maintain the pace, have a good race pace, it all comes back to him. You kind of let it come back to you.
Yeah, also in qualifying, you're charging the corner. You're really being aggressive, getting the front and rear tires loaded up, and sometimes whatever setup you have in there just doesn't like that. And as soon as you start slowing down the pace, easing up the entry of the corner, all of a sudden the car seems to drive really good.
It's a different animal. I mean, when you get ready to race, you got, your grill's open. You just got a whole different approach. And sometimes that falls right in your lap.
Yeah, when we talk about pace, these cars, they qualified, 50.3, 50.5. Now, yeah, their fastest laps 51.3, but they're all the way up in the mid 52 seconds. So that's what we talk about when we talk about pace. How much the pace has slowed down as those tires wear, air pressures come up, fuel goes away.
I always just just remember, Jeff, and you know this, some guys could just qualify. They were just qualifying fools, man. It didn't matter where we were, what we did. They could just get a lap out of a car that maybe nobody else could. But they couldn't race that way because they were pretty much out of control.
And I have seen that in the sport over the years, but I think now to this 3 rounds and 2-round qualifying, you have to have a car that can do it each time you go out on track. And it seems to be a little bit more true to what their race car is like, other than Jimmy Johnson. Kyle Busch back out.
You know,
Hey,
I think
here's who you want to follow if you're Darrell Wallace Jr.
Yes,
Sorry, Mike.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, I was just saying, I mean, getting that valuable experience riding behind one of the best, the pole sitter for this weekend's race, last weekend's race.
Watch this. When they come off turn 1 over here, where'd he go?
Matt?
And Mike, you guys were talking about the dashboard in the 43, and Bubba Wallace actually spent some time at the shop this week and had a lot of input into the visual screen on that digital dash, and also what areas that he needed to learn of the information that it was giving. Also, he spent some time with the engine tuner, who briefed him on the difference of fuel injection versus the carburetor, how you need to cycle through the ECU in case there is an issue during the race.
Yeah,
We've been wondering about that because that is all new, and we saw a number of drivers at the first of the season when this was introduced have a lot of difficulty with that.
Yeah, but the team is well aware of the things that Bubba doesn't know, the things that he hasn't used, the things that he needs to be brought up to speed on. So they're well aware of that too, and I'm sure they spent a lot of time with him explaining all that.
Clark Kent here has got to get out of his business suit and into a jacket and tie for his next day job.
And put on some makeup.
Well, that too. Danica Patrick in the Hollywood Hotel with Denny Hamlin. Kevin Harvick upstairs here with Joey Logano and Clint Boyer for the Xfinity race that's coming up 12:30 on Fox.
Is that going to be fun? I mean, when they come on the air, can you, I mean, you're a pro, you do it like it's easy, but can you imagine Kevin Harvick bringing them on the air?
They come on the air in 2 minutes? Who's lining the store? Maybe it's one.
We might want to stick around.
Backups. We're just backups.